Alright, so we back with another video. I almost trolled y'all boys. I almost didn't get y'all this video today that I've been working on. Going through every single community day build that I possibly could find. It's 100 different creators, all of them spamming videos. I went through all the videos to give y'all the best guard builds, lock builds, stretch bigs, big man builds, all in this one video. It's not gonna be 100 million builds in this video. It's gonna be a couple guards, a couple locks, very small amount. So yeah, y'all do want more videos like this come NBA 2K25 actually dropping. Guards, locks, all that. We will be doing that. Just like the video, subscribe. We got a lot of info in this video for badges, animations, for even how attributes work. If you guys do want more, like, subscribe, all that good stuff out the way. No more talking. Let's hop into it. Alright, so hopping straight into it. So we're going to go into a chamoma video. Now, this was one thing that was kind of important that I didn't go over in the first video. We have to go over how attributes are tied together. Now, this is going to explain a lot of how these builds are going to work. Now, when it comes to these builds being buffed this year in comparison to last year, this may question if that's actually true. So we're going to look at this, and you can pretty much take away what you want to take away from it. Let's see what's tied to each other.
No speed with ball, you can end up finessing with no speed with ball. But as of right now,
and I ain't gonna lie, that's one thing I think a lot of people gonna make a mistake of, not caring about speed with ball.
In a brand new game, we have to end up figuring out, oh, what attributes are tied together. And also, if you want to figure out the badge requirements, go checking out that tweet down below. But
if you want to see the badge requirements, animation requirements, I have a whole video. I will link it in the description and the comments down below. You can also go to 2K Lab. You can also go to the Twitter, whatever you want to do. It's up to you.
This build is going to be a quick little 6-3. It's not going to be the actual build that we're going to be making, but I want to show you the actual tied in attributes of when it's a layup maxed out versus having a max driving dunk. What's going to be connected when it ends up doing these attributes. Now, if I end up...
Now, before you get into this, he's doing a lot of chatting. I'm not going to lie, but before you get into this, it's going to be more directly tied to stuff than ever, and stuff is going to raise higher than ever. So when he raises driving dunk, you're going to see what's going to go with it. 3-point. Now, I have a theory on 3-point and mid-range. For some reason, that's not one of them that's tied a lot. Like, dunk, layup, ball handle, speed ball. All these are tied more than ever. But 3-point kind of got nerfed on how much it's tied, except for mid-range.
Maxing out my dunk to like an 89 on this build, you're going to see that my ball handle, my speed...
So, you see, whenever he goes up on dunk, it's still 20 off for the layup. It's still 25 off. Actually... no, it's 15 off a close shot. So your close shot now rises more than your layup does for your driving dunk. But going up off of that as well for your driving dunk, you are 10 off of your dunk for your ball handle and 20 off of your dunk for your speed with ball. And then because of that, it's also raising your pass accuracy. It's also raising your speed. It's also raising your vertical. It's also raising your agility. It's also raising your strength. Bro, it's bringing stuff up more than ever. Now, this stuff also could be rising because it's rising this, or it's rising this, or it's rising this. Like, anything could be raising because of anything else, but just because this is raising something, it's gonna raise something else.
Ball, my speed, my agility, and my vertical will go up. But also for the finishing category, your close shot goes up higher than your driving layup. So as me having an 87 driving dunk, you're gonna see I'm on a 67 layup, and that's
all right. So we already seen that. We gonna go past this now. I want to see another one.
20 attribute gap when it comes to doing that. But if you end up going high,
see, so layup, similar to driving dunk. So if you want to save on layup this year, it's gonna be harder because just like the driving dunk, it is tied to the ball handle. It is tied to the speed of ball. Now, I think the way the ball handle works this year is that speed of ball is tied to ball handle this year. So if you go ball handle, it's 10 off. So I think that may be more so why that is going up like this. So yeah. And then speed with ball or ball handle is like 25 or 15 to this. So that's what I was saying. This is 15 off of layup. Now, you could say if you go layup, you do save on the driving up because it doesn't do anything dunk, standing dunk, or post control, and it doesn't do nearly as much vertical as driving dunk does. But yeah. Now, another thing that is going up now is perimeter defense. So let me rewind. When did it start going up?
20 attribute gap when it comes to doing that. But if you end up going...
okay, so I'm guessing it's going up based off the speed of ball. That's what I'm going to guess. It could be going up based off of one of these, but I have no clue. If it would, it'd probably be agility. So 20 off of agility would make the most sense.
Dunk or high layup or some type of dunk, you can go a 99 layup.
But yeah, let's see another one. Let's see what it does for 3-ball.
And then when you see with regular speed and agility, none of that, it's nothing too crazy. But when I upgrade the shooting for this build, we're going to have like a 97 3-pointer look.
So you seen the dunk rolls so many different things. Then you seen the layup still rolls a lot of things, but not as many as the dunk. The 3-ball literally only raises mid-range, free throw, close shot, and vert. And it's only raising vert because of the close shot. So that's kind of showing you how much easier it is to get 3-ball in comparison to like a dunk rating or a layup rating this year. And that's kind of weird because that's like the easiest ways to score in real life and on the game. So I don't really fully understand why they did it like that. But I guess it does make sense for driving up to be connected to all those things, layup to be connected to all those things. Now he's going to show us mid-range.
You want to just go straight drive and dunk and then have only a 60 layup. But if you go max layup, it's going to be...
Mid-range is going to be more connected to close shot, and that's kind of why the 3-ball was raising the close shot in the first place. But it's also going to be less connected to 3-ball compared to how 3-ball is connected to mid-range, and it is going to be connected to free throw, and it's also going to be connected to vertical because of the close shot. Let's see if we can find another one.
They have a lot of attributes when you end up doing that compared to having a 97 3.
Now he's going to show us ball handle.
Automatically get pulled onto your actual build. Now when it comes to the playmaking, you can see.
Now, when he did ball handle, like I said, I'm pretty sure speed with ball is just tied to the ball handle. That's why when you raise the dunk, when you raise the driving layup, it raises so much because it has to be 10 off the ball handle. Now, with the speed with ball, I'm pretty sure that is tied to the pass accuracy. So that has to be 15 off of the pass or the speed with ball. So that's pretty interesting. Now, perimeter defense, I'm pretty sure it's tied to agility. I have no clue which one of these is directly tied to one of these. I would say speed is the one that's tied. So yes, speed is, because speed has to be 5 off of speed with ball. This has to be 10 off of speed, and this has to be 20 off of agility. So those are the kind of connections I'm making off of the ball handle. Then let's do, I guess, pass accuracy to see what's connected to the pass accuracy.
With 99 layup, I have an 89 ball control. It's just slightly less when it's the other way around. Now with the pass accuracy,
the pass accuracy is raising up stuff more than ever as well. So if you have pass accuracy, it has to be, it seems it has to be 10 off. So it's gonna be a lot weirder for bigs to get pass accuracy because, yeah. So that's gonna make it a little. I see now why the back ends may have got nerfed a little bit, because it's gonna be kind of hard to have a back end with pass accuracy without having ball handle. Now, hopefully, the way this stuff affects builds drastically changes when you get to different heights, which I doubt. But yeah, this is probably gonna nerf like those smaller big builds. That's kind of why those smaller big builds are not as good when you see people make them. Maybe the lockdowns may not be as good when you see people make them. And maybe that may be why a lot of more builds this year, when I was showing you guys the builds in that other video, didn't have pass accuracy, because it raises the ball handle so much. And when you raise ball handle, it raises the speed with ball. So it's now going to be more of like a ISO lock. So I may actually have to make more of an ISO lock this year instead of just a regular lock, because if I'm raising pass accuracy, it's also going to raise ball handle regardless. So that's interesting.
If you end up doing certain things, it'd be 7 points or even 10 points of a difference.
So when you do perimeter defense, it's tied to agility, I'm guessing, because that's 10 off. That would make sense. So you have a 94 perimeter, you have 84 agility. And it's also raising your speed of ball. It's also raising your ball handle. There's so much things that's tied to this. So that's interesting. And then let's see what steal like, I guess.
Comes to the same category, because when you go to the steal, having a 97 steal or a 95 steal,
I wish he would have reset it. We don't really get to see anything, but that's just to show you guys, before we get too deep into the video, how things are tied to each other and how things go up based off other attributes this year. Everything is more tied than ever, and I think that's one way that 2K can kind of troll the game sometimes. But it'll be interesting to see what people do in terms of how this is affecting builds. All right, now let's get into it. Now, when it comes to the best builds in the game, we're gonna start it off with the guards. First guard we're gonna look at is a Joe Knows build. Joe Knows he's gonna be on here a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, he makes some pretty good builds. Two-way monster build. Don't look too much at the name, but this is going to be a 6'3 build. This is going to be a build that's going to be able to have silver limitless, 93 driving dunk with 80 vertical, so you're going to get posterizer and contact dunks. Then when it comes to the ball handle, you're going to have Hall of Fame lightning launch with 92 ball handle, so you're going to get a lot of the dribble moves. You're going to have an 85 pass accuracy. You're going to have an 83 perimeter defense with 96 steal, 66 block, 86 speed because of the speed ball with 76 agility with, hey, I'm going to say this, top to bottom, this is probably one of the best builds in the game. When you look at the fact that, now, only thing is I'm kind of confused on a couple things. I think he rolls the layup. I'm pretty sure the close shot has to be 15 off of driving dunk, but the driving layup, I don't fully know if he did that. I think it may be tied to the ball handle 15 off, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, that's pretty much as well of a build as he possibly could make for a 6'3 damn near, based off what we've seen. This is by far the best like small guard 6'3 build that we'll see. Simple as that. All right, and here we got King Doom, 6'4", 6'4". This is just to show more of the potential in comparison to Joe Knows. Joe Knows damn near perfectly made his with all the little attributes being tied. Now that we know how that works, he damn near made his perfectly. Now this one is 6'4". You get less field ball because you are 6'4", but you still get gold lightning launch. You got 93 ball handle, so you do get even higher ball handle than the last build. 91 pass accuracy, so you even have more pass accuracy. 89 three ball, so it's the same three ball with the silver limitless. Then you have an 89 driving dunk, so you can get contact dunks alongside 78, but you don't get that 93 with the 80s to get that, you know what I'm saying, posterizer. Another thing that you don't get compared to a 6'3". 6'3s, they actually get mini marksman. So I would definitely have to say the 6'3 is better. But there's things here and there on this build that give this build a little bit more potential if you change what King Doom did. Like standing dunk, I don't know why he did that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, you can kind of see the potential of what's on this build. Now, 78 layup, I'm pretty sure it's because of the ball handle, because that has to be 15 off. And I'm pretty sure the 74 close shot is because of the 89 dunk. It has to be 15 off. But for the most part, there are some things that you can subtly change, like the pass accuracy a little bit lower or the standing dunk. All right, here. Now we got Joe Knows again. Joe Knows is going to be here for the 6'6". Now we're going to go to more of like this in-between builds. Now, 6'6", people said was nerfed. Shout out to the people that said it was nerfed. 6'6" is not nerfed. It's just done a little different this year. So you can make, I think the 6'6" out of all the builds are kind of the most balanced all-around builds in terms of if you want to have 90+ ratings. 6'8" are solid for all-around, but they're not as all-around in terms of having high stats on the build. You can make an all-around 6'8". It's just not going to be the same look. But 6'6", we're going to have two of them because I'm going to let y'all choose which one y'all think is better. But Joe Knows, 89 driving dunk, so you can get the contact dunks with the 78 vert. But he actually has a 93 three ball in comparison to a 6'3", where he only had an 89. But you have a 93, so you have gold, limitless range. And then you have an 87 ball handle, 75 speed ball. I think 75 speed ball is how you get silver speed booster. Or not speed booster, I got to get used to that. Lightning launch. 70 pass accuracy, so it's much lower than the last two. But then you have an 85 perimeter defense with a 91 steal, 68 block, 56 interior. You can kind of see he's kind of trying to get some interior perimeter defense and steal and block all on his builds for his guard builds, even if it's a guard. Rebound don't really matter too much, but 86 speed, I think 86 speed and 76 agility is just something he just likes. I think you can tweak that there, and you can get even more on the build on other places I would personally like. Now, then he has the 50 strength. I don't know what that's tied to, but I'm guessing he put that there or it's tied to something. But the 78 vertical, we went over that already. And then we got the Young Dirk build. Now, the Young Dirk build, I'm not going to lie. The Young Dirk build is pretty solid. Now, you could say whichever one of you think is better. The last one had 91 steal. This one has 79. This one has a higher block. This one has a higher interior defense, though, with... I don't remember if it has the same. No, it has the same perimeter defense. But the speed and agility is a little bit more evenly sorted. Now, one thing I do like about it is he has 93 driving dunk with an 80 vert. Then to go alongside that, he has, you know what I'm saying, the little 73 driving layup because that's directly tied. It is 15 tied to the ball handle, but it also is 20 tied to the driving dunk. So the 20 tied to the driving dunk was higher than it would be than the ball handle, so it was more tied to the driving dunk. Now, the close shot, this one shows that it doesn't have to be 15 tied to the driving dunk because he only has it 73. So I'm going to kind of I'm kind of confused now on how some of this stuff is tied. So I'm guessing it's tied to it, but it's tied to it differently across different heights, which gives me hope. Now, 89 3 ball to get limitless range silver. Then he doesn't care about free throw. If I'm playing 5v5, I'm gonna care about free throw. That just is what it is. 70 pass accuracy. I'm gonna probably want that more, but that's not horrible. And then it had 85 ball handling with a 86 speed ball. 86 speed ball, how you get gold lightning launch. But the defense is pretty solid all around. He even has some rebound. I would probably not put that much rebound on mine, but shout out to bro. And then he has the 80 agility. If you don't know, that's how you move off ball, but that's also lateral quickness, so that is very important. Like I said in the original video, if I had to rank speed ball, speed, and agility, I would go speed ball, then I would go agility, then I would go speed, especially if I'm a guard. But then he has the 80 vertical to go alongside the rebound, to go alongside the block, and to go alongside the driving up to get you content on better block animation, better rebound animations. So yeah, out of both of the 6'6s, I probably would prefer young Dirk, but I know there's gonna be some people that probably prefer Joe Knows, so I put both in the video. Now we're gonna do something similar for the 6'8s. Now for the 6'8s, we are gonna be showing you guys the grinding build again that I showed you guys in the last one, where you got the 89 driving dunk to get the contact dunks with the 78 vertical. Then you have an 85 mid-range with a 78 3 ball. I think 3 ball is going to be important, but you're going to want that mid-range on some of these lower 3-point builds because you're going to want to get your animations, because you need mid-range or 3 ball to get everything. Dribble pull-up, hop jumper, spin jumper, go-to shots, your jump shots, everything. You're going to need that for everything this year. So I think having at 87 minimum of one of those is going to be more important than ever this year. So that's going to be another thing that you kind of got to keep in mind. Now, 62 free throw, I would probably want more than that for 5v5. 70 pass accuracy, I probably want more than that for 5v5. But this is a big guard, so bigger guards don't really need the pass accuracy as much as the smaller guards, because you can play like the 2 more so than the 1. You can be like more of a shooting guard or a small forward. So you don't really have to be passing too much on the full court as you would for a PG. But I actually seen some comp pro and people talk about it, and like, I'm not making full court passes if I'm a small guard because I'm leaking or I'm really only passing in half court. And that does make sense for some teams, some people, but not all the time. For me, at least. Now, ball handle, seal ball, 86 with a 79, so I think he does have gold lightning launch. Then he has the 66 interior defense, the 92 perimeter defense, so this is low-key like a bump build, so I like that about it. And then he has the 85 steal to get you gold interceptor, silver glove. Then he has the 74 block, says do rebound, so he has really solid all-around stats. Probably just would want more shooting, more free throw or whatever, but all around pretty solid. 86 speed, 82 agility. I don't think you need that much speed, personally. I would put that more so on something else, maybe even agility, maybe even that extra little mid-range I can do. Now, I will say this is not the craziest cap breaker build. That's what I would say, but we don't know how that's going to work. Now, cap breakers is going to be important on all these builds, but this is just going to be something for when you're making your builds day one. And then for the last guard build, we have another 6'8 to go against grindings. I should have put this side by side and then had the lot go last, but it is what it is. We have a double H 6'8. The double H 6'8, after looking at it further, I ain't gonna lie, I would probably prefer the double H 6'8 than the grinding. It has higher pass accuracy, you know what I'm saying? It has higher shooting. You're gonna be able to get limitless range on it with a 92 mid-range. That's similar to how I would even do my 6'8 3-level score from last year, or 3-level threat from last year if you've seen it. So I like that, but it's pretty much that built with way better defense. So you have block now, you have interior defense now. Like, I like that. So this gives me hope. Now, the only thing I had an issue with when I originally seen it was the physicals, but being honest, it's similar to what Grinding did. Grinding just put more emphasis on the speed. So I don't think that was necessary. But yeah, this is very good, really good defense, really solid playmaking, really good shooting, really solid finishing where you can get actually contact dunks where you get the pro off 1 and pro off 2. So that's really solid top to bottom build. That's kind of more so how I would probably prefer my 6'8 build. Would I make it exactly like this? No, but that's kind of more so how I would make it. And now we're kind of moving on from lockdowns, or not. Yeah, we're moving on to lockdowns, but from guards. So this is going to be a combination of a guard and a lockdown build. So This is J-Mac. He dropped a video going over a lockdown guard build that could be pretty much an ISO lock. And this is what he made. Now, it's 6'7", so he has an 83 driving dunk. I don't know what you're getting at 83, but that's what he has. He also has a 65 post control. I don't know why he did that, but that's what he has. Now, he also has a 70 layup and a 70 close shot. Now, I don't think you should do that, but that's what he did. And so I'm not going to say too much on it. Now, he has a 65 post control. I just went over that, but 85 mid-range. I'm guessing that's to get ratings, and then he has an 83 3 ball so he can get limitless range. He has an 88 free throw. Then he has a 75 pass accuracy, 81 ball handle, 75 speed ball so he can get lightning launch and stuff like that. And be able to get, I think some of these people are just going 75 speed ball actually, because I think some of these people were actually making builds and they didn't know the animations. So 75 speed ball, they may be doing that because they think that's what's going to get them a dribble style. So actually, I think some of them are doing that for dribble styles more so than lightning launch, because I don't think some of them even knew. Actually, but no, they didn't know the badges, because the badges was there. I don't know that. I don't know. But yeah, 60 interior. You see the 91 steal and perimeter defense. That's why it's kind of like an ISO lock, because he has really good defense in comparison to all the stuff that he has. Like I said earlier, if I was to make a lock, I probably would make it more so of an ISO lock, because it seems this year that with pass accuracy being tied to so many different things, you kind of are going to have to make it more of a balanced build than just making a straight up lock build that has pass accuracy, because it's going to be kind of tough to do that. But 91 perimeter defense, 91 steal. I think he just put that up to a certain rating. I don't think he knew exactly what you got there. I don't know if he did or not, but he may have. But 80 block to have block. Then he has rebound. Then he has solid little physicals with the 74 vert, with the 84 strength, with the 80 agility, and the 80 speed. All right, now we're getting more so to the lockdown builds. Now we have another Chamoma video, and he was the person that broke down the not the animation, but the attributes earlier in the video. So shout out to bro, because I really didn't see anybody else do it like that, but it may have been, but I just didn't see it. Now Chamoma, he giving us the lockdown. Now we're going over the lockdowns. Now when he comes to his lockdown, he has the 75 pass accuracy. I don't know exactly why he has 871 ball handle with a 70 speed ball. I don't know what's going on there. I wouldn't be able to tell you. But everything else outside of these two ratings, because if anything, those are giving me potential to raise other things that I would probably prefer. Because I'm pretty sure it's 10 tied to it, but I'm trying to see what else is a... Oh, the agility is an 80, so that's why he has 70 speed ball. Dang, agility being that closely tied to the speed of ball is going to be kind of tough. That's interesting, but yeah. 75 driving dunk. So he actually has driving dunk, standing dunk. He has mid-range, 3 ball. You know what I'm saying? He has the pass accuracy. He has the perimeter defense. He has the steal. He even has block. A little bit of rebound. Some solid physicals. I probably want more strength, but that is what it is. That's a solid little starter lockdown build to get your head right in terms of what you need to make on terms of a lock. And then we have this. We have King Doom. King Doom again. We seen him original. We didn't really have as much info on locks as we do now. So we see this build off rip. We see the pass accuracy. We see the ball handle. We see the speed of ball. Now, I'm not fully understanding the ball handle. I don't know if it has to be 5 off of speed of ball. I don't know what's going on there. I would probably have to guess based on looking at this. Oh, no. The ball handle has to be 10 off of driving dunk. We remember that from earlier. So he does have an 80 driving dunk, 70 ball handle, and it has to be 10 off. So that kind of perfectly meshes right there. Then he has the 75 speed ball because of the agility. It has to be 10 off. So we get those two figured out. Now, we see his strength. That's around where I want my strength so I can get that movable enforcer. He has max agility on his lock. So I really like that. 90 speed, I don't think is necessary, but I think a lot of locks would do that. So that's going to be another W for some people that make locks. Now, one thing I did have an issue with is the block rating. He don't really have a block rating. Pass accuracy, he don't really have enough pass accuracy. So I would probably lower that 3-ball mid-range combo a little bit. I don't really think you need limitless range on a lock. Is that a hot take? I don't think you need that. But maybe you can, maybe you do. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably what I would probably knock down a little bit, the 3-ball, so I can be able to have a little bit more. But it is what it is. Just to be able to get that pass accuracy, maybe to get that vertical, maybe to get that block. but he does have a 90 standing dunk. That's another thing I probably lowered because I don't think you need a 90 standing dunk on a lockdown build. I just don't find it necessary. But he does have 80 driving dunk. So most of the build I like. I would probably get more free throw pass accuracy, more block. But besides those 3 things, I think everything else kind of makes sense how he did it. And all right, here we got Brother Jones. Now, I ain't gonna lie. When we first reacted to Brother Jones, we didn't see this. Or I didn't. Because this is actually a build more so to how I would make it. Now, when you make it at 6'6", it's more direct. Ball handle is more directly tied to driving dunk. This is just further proving my point that I believe the 6'7s are going to be the best lockdown heights for lockdowns again this year. Now, it also could be because of position. Position may change stuff this year. So you got to look at all this stuff this year. You got to tweak all this stuff. These people only had a certain amount of time to do this stuff on the builder. So that's another important thing to look at these positions. But when it came to him, he has a 73 driving dunk. We seen on the last one, he had a 80 and it was 70. He has a 73, so it's 58 ball handle. Now, he has a 61 speed of ball. We see he has an 86 agility. So we see that that's not nearly directly tied to agility as it was on the last build. So 6'6 is not the build, not the height for a lockdown build this year, based off what I'm seeing. Now, what could the speed of ball be more so tied to? It has to be the agility Y61. It has to be agility, and now it's 25 different. So I like the 6'7 a lot more. Now, look at his perimeter defense. Look at his steal. Way higher. Way higher. He even has a block. The pass accuracy, not as high, but 65 ain't horrible. As long as you can be able to pass the ball around, you should be fine. It's not a guard, so you don't need nothing crazy. You just want to be able to get the ball a chance. So 65 is not terrible for a lockdown build. 73, like I said earlier, I would probably want to have a higher mid-range than 3-ball if I'm having like a 78 3-ball in my lockdown, because you want to be able to get your animations. Now, if you're not fading on the lock, then okay, this is gonna be perfectly fine for you. Now, another thing I would say is the post control, but I think that is tied to something. So, but I don't know. I don't fully know. But yeah, this is one of the better lockdown builds that I've seen from the community day people. Simple as that. All right, now we moving on into the stretch bigs. Now for the stretch bigs, we're going to be seeing some really solid builds. So we're going to have Joey. Joey has one of the best builds I've seen from the community day. He pretty much maximized everything he could do with this build, in my opinion. He has perimeter defense on a big 7'1" build. 70 speed on a 7'1" is crazy. 70 ball handle, and he could get it higher, is also crazy. Then you got to think about the stuff like strength. He has vertical. Bro, he has a lot. He has rebound. He has block. He has interior defense. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think about the fact that it is a stretch build with speed of ball, with pass accuracy at an 87, 86 3-ball. People have informed me that 89 is how you get the 3-ball, and he cannot get that high with crack breakers because that is the max. And then he has a 93. So he does have limitless range, but I don't think he has silver. But he does have 93 mid-range, so that's going to help him get jump shots and a lot of different things. Then he has an 87 post control on his stretch, so he's going to be able to go into the post, because he also does have an 83 strength to go alongside that, so that's going to be tough. Then he has a 90 standing dunk on the stretch, so that's going to be really nice to have. And he's going to have a 75 driving dunk, 88 close shot. He has a lot of stuff on his stretch that he doesn't really need, but I'm telling y'all, it's going to be really easy to make higher 3-point rating builds, mid-range builds this year, because it's not tied to as many things as a driving dunk, a driving layup. It's tied to stuff as a ball handle, a speed ball. It's not as tied as perimeter defense or steal. That 3-ball in mid-range is pretty easy to do on pretty much every build this year. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to make people make higher rating builds this year in terms of 3-ball. Now, with people being able to make higher rating 3-ball mid-range builds, I think that's going to make stretch bigs, sharps a lot more popular this year than they've been in the past couple years. So I just want that to be known. But right here, we have something that's kind of like a in between, you know what I'm saying, stretch, or you could call it a big man. It could play both. Now, this is Nail. I had never heard of Nail, so shout out to bro, but this is a very, very good build. In terms of upside, now, is it perfect? No. But in terms of upside, it shows a lot. So this is a big man shooting build. Now, obviously, an issue for it to be a big man, the main, I would say, is the wingspan. You have a minimum wingspan on a big man build. But it is 7'1" wingspan. That's still a long wingspan. Like, at the end of the day, 7'1" wingspan is still a really long wingspan. But to go alongside that, you have a 75 driving dunk, you have a 90 standing dunk, you have an 87 close shot, just like last build, except it was 88. You have an 86 post control, just like last build had an 87. Then on the mid-range and 3-ball, instead of a 93, you have an 82. Then instead of an 86, you have an 83. So you kind of optimized it a little bit better than the last build. Because, yeah, he had an 86, but you don't really, I don't know what you get at 86 to 83. 83, I know you get limitless range. 92, that's going to be allow you to pretty much get every single animation for shooting. So that's going to be a W for sure. Then you have a 72 72 free throw for 5v5. Then you have a 78 pass accuracy, so you can pass the ball. 65 ball handle, so you can put the ball on the floor whenever you want to. 51 speed with ball. And it's just going to be a little bit harder to have that speed with ball because he did go that high on weight. And because he went higher on weight, he is going to have lower vertical. So instead of an 80, he has a 77. Instead of an 83 strength, though, he has an 86. So I would probably not go as low on weight as he did on this build because he didn't need all that. He didn't need all that because he didn't even use all that strength that he could have did. So that's one thing I would say. But yeah, one thing that's very interesting about this build is the defense. He has a 93 block with a max perimeter defense with a 78 interior. So he has higher interior, higher block, and higher rebound because he has a 92 defensive rebounding. You don't need that offensive rebound as much because you're not going to be in the paint as much as an inside because you have the shooting ability to shoot from the mid-range, shoot from the 3-ball. So if you're even not even playing as a spot up, you can play pick and roll with it because you do have that standing dunk, you do have that driving dunk, you do have that close shot, you do have that post control, but you also do have that shooting ability so you could pick and pop. Now, one thing I will say about both of these having post control, look at some of these people builds or gameplay whenever using bigs. You're not going to be able to do that jab step under the rim. So you're going to really need to have a really good pick and roll partner to pass you the ball at the right time in the pick and roll. But if they do have a situation where you kind of have to create for yourself right under the goal, you're going to want that post control so you can drop step somebody or just move somebody with the post ability. So that's going to be a thing that people going to have on their bigs a lot more this year is that post control. But yeah, this is kind of like a mixture of a stretch and a big man. So that's why I put it right here. All right, in here we have a big man build. Now this is I would say more so like a back end. This is Solo's build. Solo actually had a pretty solid one. Now that with all the things that we know, we kind of know that some of this stuff is tied directly differently. Now, ball handle, speed ball, I have no clue what it's tied to at this point because on the 6-7, it was tied to this stuff. Like, it was 10 off of driving dunk and 10 off of agility. You can see 45 speed ball, 76 agility, that's 31. 45 ball handle, 66 driving dunk, that's 21. So it can't be tied to that. I don't know what it's tied to. If I had to guess, it would be pass accuracy and it's tied to the pass accuracy 20 off. That would be my guess because 65, that would make the most sense in my opinion. Now, also, no, it has to be that. I don't know. I don't know what else it could be. But yeah, when it comes to the 3-ball, he has an 83 3-ball. He's going to be able to have limitless range. So that's pretty nice. Like I said, I would like an 87, but having an 83 is much better than having a 78. So 83 is definitely going to get the job done. He has an 81 standing dunk. The one thing I probably would want more on these builds is to have a higher driving dunk. But 81 standing dunk is going to be tough. I don't know how. Oh, I think he did raise the post control because of the strength. I think the strength automatically did that. And that's another thing I like about this build. 91 strength. 91 strength is going to be tough. 80 vertical, I probably want vertical higher than that, but that's just me. 76 agility, so you're going to be able to move a lot better laterally, and he can help me moving off the ball with this, so that's going to be tough. And by the way, 2K has said, for the lockdowns, off-ball players, if you want to cut really well, it's not going to be speed that's going to help that. It's going to be your agility. So people kind of sleeping on that agility in a lot of aspects that's going to be important. But now I am interested, how is stat going to be more important than speed off-ball? On offense, I don't know, but it seems like speed is just gonna be more so for defense in terms of just running up and down the court. I don't really know, but yeah. Now speed also could be how fast the agility does work. Again, I don't know. Have not tested the game. We'll see when like 2K Lab, Toots, and all them start testing that type of stuff out. But yeah, block 84, 85 steal, 74 perimeter defense, 82 interior defense. Really, really, really solid with the 92 defensive rebound, 73 offensive rebound. This is almost exactly how I would make it. I would just have more dunk, probably more pass accuracy, and probably have to take a hit somewhere. We would have to just figure that out. Now, I probably definitely want more speed 75 speed is a bit low, especially if we talk about bigs, because I do think speed in comparison to agility, in comparison to speed ball, in comparison to perimeter defense is more important. Now, perimeter defense is going to be kind of important on the back end because you are going to get switched, and it does seem like that mini marksman badge is going to be pretty tough on this build, on this game. But I do think speed is going to be pretty important. So, especially for bigs, especially if you're undersized. Like, if we're seeing 7'1" be 70 speed, 75 speed on a 6'8", like, it's kind of useless of even making a 6'8" at that point. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. Alright, so I ain't gonna lie. I recorded this whole video, edited, put some news at the end, all that, uploaded it. Found another build I had to put in the video that I couldn't leave out. It's gonna be a popper big man build. Now, this is gonna give me even more potential for what the big man, smaller builds. Now, I did solos. If you've seen solos, he got like a little bit lower dunk, lower pass. He got lower steal. He got a lot of stuff lower. He even got way lower speed. And the thing I was talking about on the other builds that you're going to see later, he had 75 speed, and it was barely higher than other builds on it. Now, I will say, in comparison to this build has 74 vert. That is wild. That is wild. Stolo had 80 vert, and I was saying that as well going against 7-foot bigs with the same vert. So this build is going to have lower vert. So that is wild. That is probably the biggest issue I have. But it has the shooting ability, the dunking ability, the defense ability, the rebounding ability, the passing ability, and it has the physicals. The only thing I would say is the biggest issue is the vert. I would lower some things here and there. I don't know if you need as much offense rebound on a shooting big, but this one doesn't have as crazy of a shooting. So I'll probably still put the solo in the video so that people can understand what I'm saying to reference. But yeah, this is definitely one of the better, shorter big men build I'm gonna have in this whole video. All right, and now we got Kang Doom. Kang Dooms, man. I ain't gonna lie. Kang Dooms was on the guards. He was on the locks. He was on the bigs. Hey, my eyes have been open to Kang Dooms. I don't really be watching 2K content, but if there's ever another community day, I'm peeping, bro. Peeping, bro. He gave us some good gameplay. Another thing, if y'all want to see some good gameplay, Brother Jones actually has like an hour and a half of gameplay. I'm telling y'all, this 2K looks real. It looks like exactly like real life. Now, scratch all that. Now, let's get into the build. 90 standing dunk. This is gonna be a big man. All right. Okay. Before we go too far, I want to make sure that y'all understand this is big men. This is gonna end up video off with the big men. This is gonna be the real bigs. So 90 standing dunk, 66 driving dunk. I don't know why he went 66, but I'm guessing he just did that to get that as high as possible. 82 close shot. That's gonna be important. 61 post control. Now, to go alongside that, he has an 87 mid range with an 83 3 ball. Do I think that's necessary on a shooting big this year? No. I don't think it is as necessary to have that. All those animations on your locks and bigs as it would be to be a guard. But it is going to be important to get your animation. So whether that's your jump shot or whatever it may be, you're going to want to get that. But 87 mid-range with 83 3 ball, this is going to be a really interesting build in terms of how he plays with this. But yeah, 83 pass accuracy, that's going to be tough to have. 85 interior, that's going to be really solid with 93 block. If you've seen this game, people with high interior defense are way harder to dunk on, finish on in this game than pretty much all of the next gen 2Ks, maybe besides 2K22. Now, 93 block. That's going to be another badge that's very, very nice to have on this game because, not badge, really nice attribute because you're going to get like stuff like the high flying badge and the paint protector badge, and that's going to make it very, very easy to be a big man on this game because if you've seen the block animations on this game, very, very wild. Now, 94 defensive rebound, that's going to help you get rebounding badges and just rebound in general. Again, like I said earlier, if you have a shooting big, it's not going to be as important to have that offensive rebound, but I think I probably will be having an offensive rebound high. I just don't know how high I would have it. But I probably would try to have some on it, even though it seemed like he just put the defensive rebound up, and whatever the offensive rebound was based off of that, that's what he did. Speed max, 68. See, you got to think of it. Solo had a 75. This has a 68, and it's way taller. 55 agility, 91 strength, again, just like Solo, and 80 vertical. 80 vertical on a 7-foot is much different than 80 vertical on a 6'8". So that's what I'm saying. Like, Solo, he did good on some things, but the physicals. I like the strength, but the speed and the vertical, I feel like you're going to want more than that on a 6'8", bro, because, like, having the same vertical as a 7-foot is crazy. Like, that's just crazy. There's no way around that. It just is what it is. It's just what it is. Another 7 foot with an 80 vertical. I'm telling you, bro, that 80 vertical, if you go undersized, you go the same vertical as these taller builds that's gonna have higher rebound, you're pretty much never getting a rebound. It's just what it is. Like, you're gonna have to maximize that vertical to take advantage of that height. You gotta, bro, the things that your height is gonna be provided with to give you an advantage, you have to take that advantage. So that just is what it is. And vertical actually does help your rebounding. It just is what it is. Now, another build with 91 strength, even higher speed, even higher agility, same vertical, same strength. Now, rebounding is higher. You have a 96 rebound with an 82 offensive rebound, 88 block with a 74 interior defense. So it is lower interior defense and block compared to the Kang Dooms, but you do have higher rebound. So it is what it is on that. Then he has an 87 pass accuracy. Now we can kind of see how the ball handle and speed of ball is kind of stacking up to that. So it's seeming like they want us to make bigger bigs. Now, like I said, I didn't see too many people make 6'9s. I did see one person, I think it was Lele, but she didn't really optimize it to the way I would probably like it. But I would probably prefer, I would probably prefer solos, but she was the only person, so I'll give her that. She was the first person I seen to actually say that 6'9s are gonna be better in terms of the people that was there. So that's just what I said. Pass accuracy 87, 74 3 ball, 78 mid range. That's kind of more so how I would probably do it on a big, you know what I'm saying, in comparison to 87 and 83. But 90 standing up, 75 driving up, and then 75 close shot. I like this. Shout out to Joey. Joey has some really good bigs. He had some really good bigs. He had a stretch and he had this build. So Joey has some really good bigs. It's just what it is. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. That's all the builds. That's gonna be bigs, that's gonna be guards, that's gonna be locks, that's gonna be stretches. That's gonna show you guys how attributes work. If y'all do want to see animations, badge requirements to go alongside this video, I will put the link to that. That's just gonna be the video. I'm not gonna post no more videos until the game drop. When the game drop, the day the game drop, the moment the game drop, I'm going to be on there. I'm going to be dropping videos. I was gonna do a stream, but I have changed the plans. It just is what it is. So hey, stay tuned. Make sure y'all got noties on for that day one to get all the info you need on everything that's gonna be going on. Now, if 2K does drop early, I will be getting the content out early for y'all boys. But if it doesn't, it is what it is. If y'all do want more, like the video, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff out the way. Turn on notifications for the first all the videos, share these videos to anybody think will help or enjoy. Like I said, if y'all do want to see some good gameplay, go look at Brother Jones. He has a whole hour and 30 minutes. I'm telling y'all, it's not any better gameplay you can see in terms of the length of the video and it's literally no cuts, no edits. It's just him playing the game. I'm telling y'all, it looks exactly like real life. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know, but it does look incredibly fun, and I'm very hyped to play the game. My hype was in the floor for this 2K. I'm gonna be honest. Getting closer to the game is definitely getting up there. But yeah, like I said, like, subscribe, all that good stuff out the way. Your boy Fitz, man. I'm out the man. For my birthday.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Alright, so before we end this video, I wanted to make sure I went over all the news before 25 drop, because this will probably be the last little video we drop. So, right here, 2K drops this. Need help figuring out your MyPlayer build? You're here to assist. All new gen, all new interface, yeah, and it pretty much showing us the NBA builds. Now, the thing that was interesting is it's a little different this year. You got like the position, and then it's like best skill, and then an archetype. So they kind of brought like the archetypes, pie charts to the game while doing this. And I think this is low-key the best way they've done it. Now, one thing that's actually interesting about it was this. One of the most, I guess, he used to be 2K League. He helps on the builds. And he says some of the Pro Toon builds have really cool, unique names like ISO King, Instrument of Buckets, and Defensive Captain. So I just thought that was interesting, or something to note for the video. And then this is 2K pretty much doubling down. If you haven't seen my NBA 2K early video where we break down, you won't be able to play the game early. Ronnie even said if you even get it early, you cannot stream it or videos early. The time that you can do stuff is going to be 9/4, and it's going to be based off these times. So you see 8 a.m. in New York. So that's the East, 5 a.m. Pacific, and it's going to be pretty much like 7 for me. And then it shows all the time. So even if you all the way in Australia, Hong Kong, Tokyo. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I said that like that. I wouldn't. I'm gonna just move on. All right, some more important news. Now, I know some people was asking questions about the Prove It grounds. So they was asking the question about, will 1v1 and 2v2 be make it, take it, or losers out, or will one be the other? Make it, take it. That's pretty much what it's gonna be. If you're interested for what's the max you can get on certain builds, with max wingspan, this is pretty much showing that. All right, here. Now, this is some pretty important stuff. So when you join an affiliation, it pretty much tells you how you join, and does the winning affiliation each season get a rep boost. So pretty much it says find your affiliation. There is no additional requirement to join. That's the only reason I put that in this, because there's no additional requirement. All this extra stuff, it's already been in the game, but there being no way to just, you can just go up to the people and just join. That's a big W. And then another thing for all the prom guys, if you haven't seen this already, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have. Can you shoot around in the prom before games? Pro-Am shoot around is back, and you can also shoot around with teammates. So wanted to make sure this was seen, because a lot of people's asking how, like, what's going to be the reason to even play Pro-Am? My court is right next to prom. You probably can't do the prom shoot around. Prom shoot around is back, and you also do have an incentive to play Pro-Am. So yeah, because it does still help with the rep. All right, and more Proving Grounds info. Pretty much, we already went over this for Proving Grounds. Shot meters are going to be off in Proving Grounds, but they're going to do this for more of the competitive modes. So like stage, the prom is also going to have those competitive mode sliders. So that's going to be pretty interesting this year. So they're trying to really combat the Zens, because if you don't know Zens, you supposedly only can use it if you have meter on. So yeah.